try this again. We're live again, and we're going to see if this works out better. Okay, better. Hopefully better. We will find out. The connection here is sometimes can be a little dodgy. Wish it wasn't the case, but every once in a while it can be. So hopefully this doesn't become that, and hopefully we don't have any issues. But just in case, my apologies. So I'm back. Like I never left, except I did very tragically for just a very, very short while. Okay, so as I was saying, I believe when I cut out is that if you look at the wedges that are, on the market, you're going to see a lot. The majority of them are cast now. So it's just because it gives you more flexibility in the design, more flexibility in putting different technology in there, moving the weighting around. So it just makes it easier to make the wedges perform better for more people. And the feel difference between a forged wedge and a cast wedge, very, very minimal, especially on the partial wedge shots. So what I wanted to do, though, hopefully, as long as this thing doesn't freeze up on me, is I'm going to hit some shots. And boom, look at that. We got a TrackMan. We've got a TrackMan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit a handful of shots with some of these wedges. For starters, got a little 58 degree SF002. Let's see if I do this thing. Does that help? Oh, look at that. Boom. 58 degrees SF002. So I'm going to show you some partial shots, hit a couple of those, and then maybe swing one a little fuller. Just look at some spin numbers. Let's just talk numbers here. Okay. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to go with just like a little pitch shot. I know somewhere around 50 yards. I don't know. I'm not that good, so it might not be exactly 50. It's probably a little more than 50. Oh, carried 52. Cool. So yeah, a little 52 yards of carry. Spun at 6,600. So close to 7,000 there. Face was a touch closed, so that's actually going to take a little spin off. I'm going to try to hit one with a little more open face, see if we can get even more spin on that 50-yard shot. Here we go. Should be pretty similar. 51 yards, yeah, 68 spin. I mean, very, 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 very similar. Some more shots. Look at that. Look at that for consistency. Huh, I didn't really know that was an option. We're going to get the Takomo hat. You can make it. You can make one. This is one that I had made. We are working on new merch. It's kind of a running joke because it's taken longer than we want, but it is on the way. Okay, let's go a little further. Maybe like 75, 80 yards. See if we can do that. Oh, look at that, 73 yards. Cool. Well, 73 total, 75.6. And 9,200 spin. That's a lot of spin. That's a lot of stopping power. That ball is going to hit and just put on the brakes really fast. So let's see if we can do another one similar. Oh, see, I caught that one thin. That one definitely was not hit well. Spun a lot, though, 9,900. That was just really bad contact. Still did okay, though. All right. That one's better. Still going to be maybe a hair short. No, pretty good. 73.3 carry, total 74.9. Again, 9,400 spin. So, I mean, you can see already that the spin numbers, the consistency here is pretty cool. So these are the two decently hit wedge shots, kind of the 75-yard-ish shot. 92 and 94 spin. And then down here, these two 50 yards, even though this one was kind of pulled left a little bit, so we dropped 200 off the spin rate, but still really consistent. These two are wildly consistent. That's with the 58-degree wedge. I'm going to switch over. What do we have here? 56-degree. It's the BB803. It's the same wedge, just the 56-degree version. So let me hop over here and see about some questions really quick, though, just in case I am missing something I need to address. Let's see. How long do the irons take ship? Depends on the where they're going and what specific irons you order. If you do a custom set, it takes longer. So it just depends. BB are all out of stock. So the BB803 wedges, if you're new, BB803 wedges and the SF002 wedges, they're the same wedge. Just different branding. We did a limited edition run of the SF002s as a shout out to the Bryan Bros because they were awesome. They helped us create these wedges, and we wanted to do something really cool, really special with them. So we launched these wedges, but we dropped them at the same time. There was some confusion, though. People thought these are two totally different wedges. If I missed out on the BB803s, I've just missed out. Nope. You just missed out on the Bryan Bros branding, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. It is cool. But I actually think the SF002 right here, I think that looks pretty clean, personally. I mean, I have the SF002s in my bag right now. I like them. So anyway, they're still available, just not the BB803 version of them. So let's see. Can we sell the SF002s as heads only? At some point, we might. As of now, no. The shafts that come in them, these KBS Tour 120S are just fantastic shafts, and a lot of people, I mean, they're going to be great options for a lot of people. So we don't sell them as heads only. You could always take the head out. You could just take them off yourself if you wanted to, but we just currently don't have that as an option. Can I figure out a way to ship it to South Africa? Listen, I went to South Africa years and years ago. Beautiful, beautiful country. And if I could, I would ship them there myself. I can't. And it's a good thing I don't run logistics because nothing would ever get anywhere. But the people who run logistics are always working to try to improve the shipping options. And we know there are certain places that are just tricky to ship. So very sorry about that. Will there be left-handed version of the Bryan Bros wedge? As far as I know, the answer to that is no. It's going to be a right-handed option only. It's limited edition, so making some left-handed, just the cost to spin those up, it just was not part of the plan. So as of now, no. And there's only going to be 1,000 more Bryan Bros wedges available. They're going to come in at a later point. We're going to release those, and then I believe that's it, barring some big change, maybe some massive public outcry. We'll see. We'll see how that goes, but that is the plan. Is the wedge face micro milled? Okay, so we have this micro groove pattern, we call it, and hopefully, try to turn this, you can see, catch it in the light. You can see better pictures on the website, but yes, there's a micro groove pattern across the face, and this helps with the spin in different lies, different settings, specifically like wet conditions, helps retain more spin. That was a weakness of the original SF001s, the Skyforgers, is that they just, when it got wet, the face got wet, the spin would drop more than you would expect. And obviously, wet conditions are going to affect performance, but they just dropped more than we wanted them to, more than some people expected. So that is a change we have made with these new wedges. So they do have that micro groove on the face. Can we get the logo off the wedges on the irons? I mean, that'd be cool. I'm not in charge of making the irons, but I can put in a good word. Maybe it'd be kind of cool. This is kind of the updated tee that we've been rolling out, which I think looks really clean. So I assume something like that will be making an appearance at some point. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. Lucky to get the 56 BB803. I mean, listen, I think you're going to love them. I think you're going to really, really, really enjoy these wedges. I've had these in the bag for a little while. I've got them, obviously, just been testing them, trying them, playing them for a little while, and have just absolutely fallen in love with them. Love the way they feel, love the way they perform. They've given me a lot more confidence with my wedges. Doesn't mean I'm a phenomenal wedge player, but I love using these wedges, especially using them like out of the toe, right? Because the grooves are full face. At first I was like, I don't know if I love that personally. And then I started using them. I love the full face grooves. I play shots out of the toe all the time now, like little delicate shots around the green, takes some of that speed off, but you're still retaining a lot of that spin because of the grooves that go all the way out. So just more control, and I genuinely love the full face groove. So okay, so I have the 56. Oh, wrong one. I have the 56 degree BB803, but it's the same thing as the SF02. So we're going to go a little partial shot, see what happens if we do a little partial shot with this, which I really enjoy. Little partial shots with wedges. I used to be someone who just full send way too many wedges, so trying to enjoy some partial shots. Oh, man, you can just feel these grooves ripping across the ball. So it's a little 83-yard carry shot at 9,200 spin with a 56. Like, that's just stopping on a dime. It's low, 55 feet in the air, and just ripping when it hits the green. I mean, that. Oh, I've been working on these shots and trying to get more and more comfortable using them out on the course. Just these little, kind of a little bit further back in the stance, but taking some height off, but keeping that spin. A little 82. Let's go a little further. Maybe we can stretch this out to closer to 100 yards, but still keeping it low and really spinny. How'd that one do? Yeah, 94 yards of carry. I mean, that went 10,000 spin. It's got 10,000 spin. It went 67 feet in the air. That is a low-flighted wedge that is just hitting, and that's not even a yard. It's like that much. It didn't go anywhere. Oh man, that's so fun. I love playing with these wedges, and you can hear it, you can feel it off the face. It just feels like it is ripping the golf ball. So let me go one more like that. That's just fun. See, that is a poor strike, and that performance is phenomenal. That did not feel like a good strike. I mean, that's crazy. Same thing. Wow, that's consistency. The first one felt incredible. The second one felt like maybe I caught it a little thin, just not how I wanted to, and man. We're going to go a little fuller swing here with the 56. I try not to do too many full swings with wedges like this anymore, but let's just see what it looks like. Probably try to put a touch of a draw on this. Let's see, what are we looking at? Okay, hit a little more out to the right, but total 109. Oh, carry 111, 10,666 spin. Yeah, a little 56. That is ripping back off the green. That's a crazy amount of spin. Let me hit one more. See if I can bring the spin down a hair, bring the ball flight down a hair. A little more controlled. That's going to go further. Yeah, a little further. Took some spin off a little bit. Not a crazy amount, but a bit. So it doesn't rip back as much. 116. That's more how I tend to play my wedges, is try to play them a little lower, a little more flighted, get that spin, get it to hit, stop. But I don't want it ripping off the green. That's been a problem I've had previously when I was just hit the wedges really high, tons of spin. And I'd want it so many times. I got a blind green. I'm flying it in there. And I get up there, and you see the mark, and then the ball is, just off the green. So trying to play them a little lower. Really enjoy it. But those are just some numbers from these wedges. Can Takomo sell heads only? We sell heads only in all of our irons, just not our wedges. I'll talk to the guys. I'll tell them, we're getting a lot of requests for heads only. So it's not my call to make, but I'll put in a good word. See, you never know. Let's see. My friends love your wedges. My hands on some. Are there going to be more left-handed options in the future? Same for the Brian Bros. So I'm not sure about more options for the left-handed, like when that would happen. We wanted to make a point of having left-handed options available at launch. It is obviously, it's a smaller market, so the production on it, you're producing a lower number of them, so the cost goes up, so it's just a whole thing. But we love lefties, and so we want to make sure we had some available. I don't know at what point the offerings would be potentially expanding on the left-handed ones, but we want to make sure we had at least some available when we launched. So let's see. I'm trying to bounce through these questions. Sold through expert. I'm not sure what that means. Did a side-by-side comparison with a Vokey SM9, and I see the face shape is a carbon copy of it. I mean, so we worked with the Bryan Bros, and Wesley Bryan. I believe he's been played Vokeys for a long, long time. So that's a face, that's a shape that he really, really likes. So obviously that's going to influence the design process a lot. Just his preference, and you know, they really, I really like the shape face. It's the shape of the face. I really, really enjoy it, and I'm not surprised you're seeing similarities there, because you know, Wesley Bryan's looking for something, a shape that he really, really likes, and he's played Vokeys for a long, long time. So let's see. Order my BB-803s Wednesday. When will they get shipped out? The BB-803s are getting shipped out quick. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to ship, but they are getting shipped very quickly. So I would just stay tuned for that. I've had a couple people comment that they already had their wedges, so I would imagine very soon. Am I using 301s or 201s at the moment? Well, my bag's right here, and I'm currently gaming these. They're a little dirty. Don't judge me. Or judge me. That's fine. 301 is the combo set. This is the 5-iron. This is the 8-iron. So this is what I'm currently gaming. Am I good enough to play these wedges? Get in the comments. You tell me. These irons. This set. Should I be using the 101s? This is just what I use. It's honestly partially just more of a distance control thing. Swing speeds on the higher end, so stronger lofts on some of the other clubs just create some gapping that is a little trickier to navigate. So I like these because they're weaker lofted iron, so smaller gaps. That's the main reason for me. Even though I'm definitely losing some forgiveness that I would have with the 201s, which I genuinely adore. Love those irons. But again, just hit them a little further than I want for the sake of gapping. So that's what I'm using at the moment. 101Ts, can't wait to get them around a few courses over here. The 101Ts, I also really, really enjoy. Like I really enjoy using those irons. I've had these in the bag for such a long time that they're just like, they feel like a glove. Sometimes the glove doesn't fit all the way. Sometimes it hurts because, you know, they're not forgiving, but I don't know. I really like them. So that's what I use. Let's see. So primarily at the moment, we're talking wedges. So any other wedge questions, hop in the chat, let me know. If you are new here, I'm just going to cover this again, just in case you didn't know. BB-803s and the SFO02s, same wedge, different branding. The BB-803 is a limited edition of our new wedges, but they are the same wedge as far as performance, the same wedge in construction, just the branding's different, right? You've got the BB-803 and the SFO02. That's the difference. So if you missed out on the BB-803s, the SFO02s, they're going to work great. They're $99 a piece, so fantastic price as well. But the wedges I have in the bag, I'll show you. The wedges that I have in the bag, they're also a bit beat up. These are the wedges that I'm currently playing. I've been playing for a while, which is why they look a little scuffed up. But I have the 50, 54, they're not in the right order, 50, 54, 58, okay? A little bright, but 50, 54, 58. So I'm going to do this. Let me get a little here. Okay, yeah. So 50, 54, 58. But these are the wedges that I have in the bag. Love them. I have a different shaft in the wedges just for me because this is the same shaft for the rest of my irons, and I just had them put in the wedges. I've done that for a little while. I'm not sure. I may actually go to the the shafts that come in the wedges, though, because I really, really enjoy them. I've been using them here in the studio and really like them. So I might actually switch them all back to that. I've just been kind of playing around with that for me personally. So let's see. We expect the SFO2s available in different colors like the black or copper. As of now, this is just as of now, as far as I know, that is not like on a schedule or part of a plan to drop those in a different color option. There's always, we're always having conversations about potential limited edition drops and different things we could do, but that is not on the schedule as of now. And so I guess it could happen in the future, but as of right now, that's not on the schedule. Let's see. What's the point of having KBS wedge shaft that gives less spin? Isn't it better to get more spin on the wedges? So I don't know about it giving less spin. I was hitting some shots earlier. You can see here, this is a little 50-yard shot. Was getting 6,800 spin. This is with a 58-degree wedge, by the way, 58-degree wedge. On the 75-yard shot, I was getting 9,200 spin. Was hitting a little further, 93, 94, 95-yard carry, getting 10,000 spin. That's with the 56-degree wedge. And then this was like a full swing 56, so I was getting 10,600, and then I flighted one and got 10,000. So I don't know about not getting as much spin. They seem to be getting a lot of spin. So KBS 120, the S-Flex they have a great weight feel with the wedges, which I think is really important for shorter shots, for chips. You want it to have a good weight to it. So I personally really enjoy them, the shafts that come in them. Like I said, I've put these other shafts in them just because I was trying out having the same shaft throughout the bag. But I honestly think there's a good chance that I go back to the KBS tours because I don't really enjoy the feel, and I've been having a blast in here with them. So what is my handicap? My handicap currently, according to the app that I use, is, and it's the Grint app is what I use. And it says, I'm just going to show you because, you know, I register all the scores, and then this is what it tells me. As of now, it says 2.9. So that's what I am, 2.9 index. Which means on any given day, I might shoot a 73, or I might go out there and shoot an 82, generally speaking. I might have a really good round and get a little lower than that. I've still never broken 70, though, which is really, really frustrating. Never broken 70. Still working on that. Probably because I always play the tips. So it's just going to be harder, especially because I'm not actually a scratch golfer yet. But okay, let's see. The lead times on the shipping are really quick on the new wedges. So if you haven't gotten it yet, I would just say stay patient. If you don't hear anything, shoot an email. We were able to get all of the emails and the different things that were coming into customer service. We got that backlog taken care of, so you should get a quicker response now. So if you don't see anything soon, obviously it's Monday now, so there's a chance over the weekend, got shipped out today or tomorrow. So I would just say, if you don't hear anything quickly, you can shoot an email. But generally speaking, the wedges are shipping out quickly. We've gotten some people saying they already have their wedges. So let's see. It shows shipping estimates on the website. Yeah. So I am not sure what all option we will have for lefties. I don't know. I know that our goal is always to try to take care of lefties. But there's always a chance there's not going to be quite as many options for lefties, which is really sad. I would say if you want more options for lefties, try to recruit more people to be left-handed. Yes, I know that's not actually how it works. I've got one of my sisters is left-handed, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but we are trying to take care of lefties, but just always more complicated. It's more expensive, the production, because you're doing smaller quantities and all these other reasons that just mean, I'm sorry, if it was up to me, I would always have same options for lefties and righties, but it's more complicated than that. So are they much different than the Skyforger? Listen, the SFO02s and the original Skyforger wedges are genuinely nothing. Like There's very little that's the same, if anything. Like these are very, this is not an update on the Skyforger. This is an entirely new wedge. These were forged. These are cast. These have more of a spoon shape to them on the front, a little more of a spoon shape. These are a little square on the front edge. These have the micro groove face. These do not. These have full face grooves. The ones have full face grooves. Skyforgers do not. These come with the KBS 120S flex shafts. The Skyforgers did not. So they're very, these ones, the brand new wedges have, SFO2s have variable CG throughout the wedges. So the center of gravity is going to change with the 58 and the 60-degree wedges. The weight is a little higher and then it gets progressively lower. So there's a lot of difference. They're very different wedges. And in my opinion, in my estimation, they are a huge jump forward in quality and performance. So, and that's what we've seen. The feedback from people has been the same thing. So, favorite course around DFW? It's a little bit outside of DFW. Pine Dunes is one of my absolute favorite courses around here. Public course. It's like an hour and a half east of downtown Dallas, and it's phenomenal. It's such a cool course. It's out in the woods, really secluded, but an absolutely gorgeous track. So let's see. Have you seen a lot of content from Finland? Have you played rounds here? I've been to Finland several times now. I've been to Finland for like 6, 7 times. Quite a few. Love Finland. Can't say this enough. Genuinely love Finland. I've played a lot of golf in Finland, bunch of courses around there, and I would spend a large amount of time in Finland. I need to be here for logistic reasons, and this is where creators are, and obviously more than half the year, you can't really play golf or film in Finland, but it's a beautiful country, and I love it. So thank you for tuning in. Let's see, ordered my 50, 56, 60 SFO2. Your shots and spin force me. Listen, Roger, I think you're going to love them. Like these, my wedges went from the old Skyforgers were sort of a little bit of a mixed bag for me. I sometimes loved them and sometimes just drove me absolutely nuts. Couldn't figure them out. The SFO2s have become like my favorite clubs in the bag. I love the wedges. So yes, I think you're going to as well. Let's see. Ordered a 60 and a 56 BB803. Great options. Yeah, so more options coming for lefties. As of now, I don't know. I know the goal was to try to have a kind of pretty much a full lineup of options, though obviously it's not as many as righty. We just want to make sure we were dropping them at the same time as the righty and there wasn't this big delay, but obviously not as many options. I don't know when that would be changing. Again, the lefty thing is just trickier. It's just harder to produce and always end up having less options. So very sorry about that. SFO2 are cast. If you're just tuning in, cast versus forged. If you do some digging, do some research into wedges these days, most of these brands are doing cast, not forged. And there are a few reasons for that. One, the field difference between cast and forged is very minimal. Very minimal on these shorter shots that you're using your wedges for, on the partial shots. You notice it more on like a full shot, but it's even then, it's really not a huge difference between the two. And the technology you can put into a cast wedge versus a forged wedge, there's just a pretty big difference. You can do more with the weighting. You can be more consistent across the club face with the performance because of that. You can add more forgiveness. You can do more with the different groove and the different patterns you can have with these clubs. So it just gives you more flexibility and overall more performance for more golfers. So a cast wedge is actually going to be more forgiving and perform better for more golfers, from professionals all the way through higher handicap. So it's just kind of where the industry has gone. It's where we went, and the performance is phenomenal and they feel great. So that is the reason for that. But I kind of learned about this through the process because I thought wedges are forged and our old Skyforgers were forged, but that has been changing, and it's because of the technology and the things you can put into the clubs if they're cast first forged. So let's see. Favorite Takomo creator. Oh, that's tough. Favorite Takomo creator. Who do I want to make mad? I'm just kidding. Listen, I've gotten to work with like pretty much all of our creators, and every time I get ready for a trip, I'm hyped about it. Doesn't matter who I'm going with. The guys, the girls, the people we work with are phenomenal. They are pretty much what you see on camera is what you see off camera, and that includes the New Zealand crew. What you see on camera doesn't matter if you're recording or not. Like, it's hilarious. The Bryan Bros are as nice and as ridiculous at times. Wesley will absolutely torch you off camera and on camera, and it's consistency. Grant, same guy. Cameras on, cameras off, same guy. The Buster Jack, just phenomenal dudes. Absolutely love those guys. And yeah, I'm like, you could go down the line. Josh Mayer, we've obviously Claire Hogel, Sabrina, fantastic, Carol Priscilla. Like, there's so many of these creators. I'm going to forget. They've got a whole Australian crew, CK Golf, Efficient Golf, and then, man, I'm going to mess up his name. And then, man, his name's Chang, but it's not his actual name on Instagram, and I'm going to feel like an absolute jerk if I say it wrong. What is his? Man, I feel terrible. But he's awesome. And I'm going to absolutely... But anyway, huge. The crew is amazing, and the team that we have are about as awesome as you can get. So, yeah, I would just say that. Okay, Golf Slump. He goes by Golf Slump. We call him Slumpy, but that's... name's Chang. But anyway, so Golf Slump, that whole crew, awesome. Pretty much everybody's awesome. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but they are. Generally speaking, if you're not awesome, we don't want to work with you. So we don't. Okay. Timbo, our hero. Oh, Robert, what's up, dude? Robert's in the chat. Robert's like a freaking beast for Takomo. The guy, he's behind a lot of things that happen here. A lot of the creative stuff. Robert's awesome. So Robert, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Why not? He hates me. Anthony, I don't hate you. What are you talking about? I don't hate you. I don't have any details on unreleased things. There's always stuff coming down the line that we're always working on, and we do have a lot of exciting things that we are working on, but I don't have like specifics to give you yet. I will give you details as soon as I have them and can give them to you. We just don't have them to give them to you yet, but we will be announcing anything, all the different stuff we're working on. There's always things we're working on trying to improve. So yeah, I will just say maybe, and Robert will maybe get mad at me for saying this, I just keep a look at it at the top of the bag. Just keep a lookout for that. We've just changed your wedge game, so maybe some help at the other end of it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It was coming out before I bought new S10s. I would have given it a shot for sure. I mean, yeah. So we are dropping merch. We're working on it. Robert's actually, yeah, Robert's actually working on that as well. So, Robert, we got to get the merch sorted. The people are demanding it. We got to get the merch sorted. Let's see. Okay. Does Grant have the best looking swing of them? Does Grant? I mean, Grant's swing is so silky. It's ridiculous. It is so silky. But I mean, Taco swing, ridiculously aesthetic. George Bryan's swing, it's like, man, the amount of lag that George gets, it's not Sergio-esque, but he's got a lot of, I really enjoy watching him swing. And listen, I know he gets a lot of flack for it. I'm a big fan of Wesley's swing. I think it's fun. I don't know, like the way he swings a golf club. Yeah, I really enjoy watching it. So I know he gets a lot of crap from from people and gets made fun of a lot, but I don't know. I like Wesley's swing. I think it's cool. Yeah, so, okay, Roger, listen, when you're buying irons, please check the wedges. We list them, the wedges, please check the lofts. We list the lofts for our irons on the website. If you are coming from a set of like Paradigms, you were saying, Roger, you're coming from a set of like the really forgiving kind of rocket launcher irons that are out there, there's a good chance our sets are going to be weaker lofted. Just because we didn't want to jump fully into this loft jacking game. A little while ago, we were at the PGA show, and I grabbed an 8-iron from Cobra, new 8-iron, I think it was Dark Speed something, I don't know. But there was a launch monitor there, and I hit a shot, and it carried 200 yards. It's an 8-iron. Listen, I hit the ball pretty far, but my 8-iron, the 301, I believe it's a MB 8-iron, it carries about 168 to 172 yards. That's 30 yards further. That's crazy. And it's just loft jacking, right? The spin wasn't 8,000. The spin was way lower. So that's just, it's something to look out for. Depending on what set you're coming from, check the lofts on your current set and then the lofts on the set you're looking at. You may think, oh, I'm hitting these shorter. Well, the lofts are different. If the lofts are identical, then the chances are you're going to hit them the same distance, depending on, obviously shaft can make a difference in that as well, but yeah, so just keep that in mind. Let's see, any suggestion how to hit 4-iron with graphite shaft? They're not easy to hit. Okay, so 4-irons in general are tricky. If I was gonna give some advice on how to hit a 4-iron a little better, well, let's see. Let's move away from the wedge talk for a minute. If you have wedge questions, pop in the chat. I'm going to pop back here in a minute, and but we'll switch over to something else because we're here and we're talking. So 4-irons are notoriously difficult to hit, and I'm not saying I'm great at it, but I will talk you through my mindset, and then you can watch me hit some very poor 4-irons and see the TrackMan numbers. And I've been standing there talking for a bit, so this is probably going to go very, very poorly. Okay, so 4-irons in general, for me, I try to be less aggressive down through the ball because it leads to me chunking it more. I am still trying to be aggressive down through the ball, but just less aggressive of an attack angle, if you will. I almost am trying to feel like I am brushing the ball a little more with the 4-iron. So that's my approach. I am putting the ball further forward in the stance. Watch me absolutely just chunk this. And this is the 301 CB 4-iron. So not particularly forgiving, but here we go. So a little forward in the stance for me. And then again, I'm not trying to be really aggressive down to the back of the ball because that's going to lead to me chunking it a lot. So that's the idea. Whoa. That was actually hit quite well. But you can see attack angles not very steep, 1.8. That's a much flatter attack angle. I'm not trying to like really aggressively just smash the ball into the turf like I would maybe with something else. So I'm going to turn one over. Huh, okay, a little draw. Whoa. Okay. Again, attack angle 2.4. So in general, I'm going to be hitting my 4-iron a little, not quite as down. If with my irons, I tend to be really steep in general. But with a 4-iron, I'm trying to be less steep. It's going to add a bit more forgiveness, a little more forgiveness when it comes to that club. So that's how I approach it. And it looks like that on a good day. On a bad day, it looks like a chunk or, really poor contact. But like I said, a little more forward in the stance, and I try to think almost more of like a fairway wood approach to it. So that's just what I try to do, and I got very, very lucky, and I hit 2 of the best 4-irons that I've hit in a long time. And there they are. So, yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, hair is gone. David tuned in. I did chop the hair off. Turns out it's very, very hot, especially out in the summer. go out on a golf course with long hair and you get sweaty, and it's not super awesome and difficult to deal with. So I thought, you know what, let's just chop it. Hey, Roberto, I'm just seeing this little chat you've got going on with the 201 specs would have you $1,500 with Mizuno's. If you get the same set but with Mizuno's, $1,500, and you can get 2 sets of the 201s for that price. Listen, the amount of people that I've met, that I've talked to, that have sent messages online that are like, listen, I got 2 sets. I got one for here, and then maybe they have a place they go to. They got family somewhere else where they go and play a decent amount of golf, and they're like, I just have a set over there now. You got to have a set over here, set over here. I got 2 sets of clubs for the price of 1. And also, you can try different setups if you want to. You could get 2 sets, again, if you're looking to drop that kind of money on a set. You can go, well, let me get a hollow body 101T and the 201s, or let me get the 101Ts that I'm pretty sure are going to fit me great, but also I think I might enjoy those 301s. Give those a try. Well, still costs you potentially less than it would have cost you to get 1 set from some of the other manufacturers. So it's just kind of the beauty of what we're trying to do here. But yeah. So difference between the BB803 SFO02. Okay, cool. This is why we're still here. We got people popping in who are not sure. If you don't know the difference between these 2 wedge sets, BB803 SFO02, the difference is that right there. See, there and there. That's the difference. Just the branding. Everything else is the same. It's the exact same wedge with different branding. The BB803s are a limited edition version of the SFO02s. Okay, these are the same wedges. We worked with Wesley, we worked with George, we worked with them to design wedges that they wanted. This is what we came up with, and we did a limited edition drop of them with the BB803s. But if you missed that, the SFO02s, same thing, more options available in lefty, more loft options, more just options in general. So that's it. That's one of the things I've been trying to answer on here. Is people popping it out is like, what's the difference? Nothing. Besides the branding. And it's similar to the copper 301s that we did previously. Same club, just a different finish. And so they're kind of a limited edition cool drop, but you should expect the exact same performance. So let's see. Love my new Skyforger wedges, tons of chip-ins. Let's go. Love to hear that. Did you listen to Quan, the truth about Takomo's video? Talked about them truthfully. I did watch that video. And I had no idea he was making that video. We didn't know. Like, I think he maybe, one of the guys knew. He was like, hey, I'm dropping a video. I'm like, okay, go for it. You know, we don't tell the guys, tell them, hey, you got to make this video and here's your script. Dude, we want you to be honest. That's the whole point. We want you to be honest. And I did see it. I think it's awesome. Like, I love that Luke is just super honest, straightforward, and he's not going to lie to you guys. And yeah, we love that. So saw it. It's really cool. The expected delivery for the SFO2s are still on track. As far as I know, I've heard nothing that we've had any kind of like big issues with that. Obviously, every delivery is going to be different based on where you are and what's going on in your locality, right? So there's a chance that, we get it shipped out and then something happens in that process. It's always a possibility depending on where you are. But on our end, I've not heard that we have any concerns about the shipping or changes to the expectation for the shipping time. So, if something does happen, we'll let you know. We'll try to email out anything. But as far as I know, everything's good to go. No issues, no problems. So talking about wedges. Okay. Oh, dream foursome on like a par 3 course with wedges. If I'm going out there, we're just hitting wedge shots. Okay. So I think you gotta have Wesley, right? You gotta have Wesley Bryan and just see if he makes one. We have a video coming out at some point where we had the SFO2s, had the BB803s, we had the New Zealand crew, and Toombs made made one from like 90 something yards with that. So maybe he can pop along because that was kind of cool. Another person who I just love watching them swing a golf club and they're really good with their wedges is Claire Hogle. So her par 3 course, I would expect to see some absolute darts. But yeah, I think Toombs, Wesley, Claire that'd be a fun group to go out with. And I mean, if I'm there, we'll have some comedy. We'll have some other shots to look at. But I think you've probably seen some really, really good wedge play with that crew. So let's see this. Okay, so do a lie detector test with the Bryan Bros. Working on it. That lie detector test was so much fun, and we are definitely looking at doing more of them with other creators. So don't have like a timeline, don't have a expected drop date, but that is something we're absolutely looking to do because it would be so much fun. That was maybe the most fun I've had making a video. Grant was genuinely so caught off guard by those questions. It was a blast. That was really good times. Do I love the 101U 2-iron? Would I take the driver out for it? I would not take the driver out for the 101U 2-iron. I have the 2-iron in the bag, but it's not going to go nearly as far as the driver. It is a great addition for me because it's sort of right after the 4-iron. It fills that gap between the 4-iron and then I have a 3-wood after that, so there's a fairly large gap there. So it's a great option for me off the tee. And I really enjoy using it for that, but definitely wouldn't take a driver out of there. And honestly, for a lot of golfers, if you're like a really good ball striker, then the 2-iron's a great option. But like one of our 7-wood or a 5-wood, something like that is also a great option, more forgiving. For me, I tend to launch them really high. Again, just me specifically, but a lot of people really enjoy the 5 and 7-wood. So I definitely look at those as well. Oh, James Robinson put out. I haven't even seen the SF02 from that review from James yet. I'll have to check that out after we're done here. How about a creator Takomo meetup somewhere? We've talked about doing something like that. No specific plans, but definitely an option. And something that we'd love to do. I personally am working on trying to figure out more options to do just meetups with people, specifically to try to like let more people try different clubs, bring a bunch of clubs to a driving range, set up for a couple of hours and let people come out and just smack them. So that type of thing, but would also love to incorporate bringing some of our creators out and just doing like really fun meetups. So that is something we are absolutely looking at doing and we want to do and we will be doing in the future. I just don't know exactly when. So new video in the works then. What handicap should use 301 CB? Difficult question because it really comes down to your ball striking and your patience level. If you're having a bad ball striking day, the 301s can drive you nuts. But if you're like a really consistent ball striker and you're single-digit handicap, then the 301s can be a great option. They feel fantastic. Also, if you're looking for maybe more traditional lofts, so the gapping's a little smaller. If you got higher swing speeds, they're a great option. Again, that's why I have them in the bag, just for that gapping. I'm trying to have a little tighter gapping throughout. So definitely you need to be a really good ball striker and a fairly low handicap, just because they're just not going to be anywhere near as forgiving as some of the other options. Not that they're like impossible to hit, otherwise they wouldn't be in my bag, but they can drive you nuts if you're not hitting the ball really well. So okay, what's my top end of the bag looking like at the moment? Well, can't exactly show you. Yeah, I would just say stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay. Let's see. Do I have a 7-wood with me? I have a 7-wood here somewhere. I am like 93% sure. Give me 2 seconds because I believe I do. I'm poking around over here on the side, grabbing a bunch of different woods. One of them's got to be a 7-wood, you would think. Okay, so different woods that I have available. 5-wood, 7-wood. I got a 7-wood. What shaft is in that? Cool. I have a 7-wood right here. So should I hit some 7-wood shots? That could be kind of fun. Am I confident that these wedges will outperform most big name brands? Okay, outperform is a funny phrase because there is just the expected performance, what you want from your wedges. Am I confident that these wedges will give that to you? Yes. Are they going to be like better than Vokeys, but I mean, Vokeys are like industry standard. So I went to PGA store. I grabbed a very expensive, let's just say, maybe gold standard of wedge, and I hit some shots with that and the SFO02 wedge that I brought with me. And the feel was remarkably similar. The performance as far as spin on some partial shots that I hit and then some fuller shots that I hit was virtually identical. Maybe even leaning more towards a hair more spin on the SFO02, but that could be from the shaft option and from each individual strike, but it was very, very small. But they performed exactly how I expected them to perform, and they were performed virtually identical in that very small test to what I expected and what I saw from the other wedge. So do with that what you will. Let's see. Why isn't there a 50-degree SFO02 lefty wedge? I am not sure. We don't have all of the options for lefty. It's a logistics question on our end. It's more expensive to spin up, so we always have less options. I wish it wasn't the case personally, but it's a logistics question. So let's see. Do I like the V grind around the green? Yes. So I have the 58-degree wedge in the V grind, and I love being able to open the face and play different shots with it. So I think it's great. The V versus F, that's a great question. Let me grab. Perfect. So V grind versus F grind. So hopefully you can see these two wedges. So this right here is the F grind. Okay. It's a fuller grind. Basically, it's more forgiving. So just more up top. The V grind here, you can see it's got more wear around the edge of the club head. So more versatility. You can open the face. You can do more with it. So those are the two different grind options. That's what they look like. I'm really curious to hit this 7-wood. I haven't hit a 7-wood in a little while. This is actually the one that was in my bag for a minute. Maybe I need to reconsider. Maybe I need to put a 7-wood in the bag instead of something else. I just have hit these really high historically. So out in the wind, it's a little trickier. And I don't struggle to hit my irons high already. Then that 4-iron right there is 122 feet. But let's hit a 7-wood. Let's see what happens. That is not the best contact. I knew that was going left. But yeah, you can see, for me, please understand, this is me. That was bad contact. Spin rate was really high. Let me switch to this other one. I tend to just spin these like absolutely like crazy. 7-wood. Let me go. Let me adjust this a little bit. I think that's going to be better. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Spin rate down a bit, but it's still spinning at 5,200. Still going 130 feet in the air. So it's really like the 7-wood would be kind of a replacement for me for my 4-iron. But I just have a tough time not drawing this as well. Again, this is me personally. We got a couple other guys in the company that just absolutely, this is their favorite club in the bag. So this is more of a me and my specific golf game. Oh, I faded that one. I feel like I have to work hard. And again, the spin rate on this, which for a lot of people, more spin is a great thing with these. For me, I fight too much spin. That is my cross to bear, if you will. And yeah, I just tend to spin these up. It's going to stop quick. I mean, carry 213 and total 217. So that's just stopping quick, but it's just also not the most playable. I think what I've done in the past with this is just basically put it even more center of the stance. Got to really cover it and play kind of a lower draw. Yeah, they've done more of that, and then that's not too bad. Like that'll actually work out really well. You know, that's still going to stop pretty quick. You know, so I've done this and it's worked out pretty well. I could also play with some different shaft options in this that would, you know, also switch up the delivery for me a bit. But like I said, that's just the reason why I don't personally have it in the bag. We've got some other guys that absolutely adore this club and hit phenomenally well. So that's why each golfer is different. And where this is a little trickier for me to hit well, I feel like I have to play with it too much, end up changing my golf swing. Whereas other people will, you know, if you put a 2-iron in their hands, they'd be going, you know, this is not comfortable and I'm not sure how to hit it. So that right there is the reason I don't play the 7-wood, because I can't get the spin rate down. I hit it too high, which again, for a lot of people, that's exactly what they want. They don't hit their irons high enough. I'm already hitting my 4-iron 122 feet in the air. The other one was 122 feet in the air. That's interesting. Both 4-irons, 122 feet in the air. That's pretty high. So then I get a, you know, 7-wood in my hand, and it's just to the moon. Again, probably a bit of a problem in my swing that's causing that, and also, you know, I could play around with it a bunch. But there you go. That's why I don't hit the 7-wood. So Takomo staff bag would be an awesome addition. Totally agree. Okay, you can't switch out the 4-iron for a 5-wood in the set. You would have to just buy that separately, but that's not a bad idea as well. For a lot of people, the 7-wood, because you can adjust the 7-wood quite a bit as well. You can play with the loft. It has different weight options. So they actually have quite a bit of adjustability. And again, for a lot of people, they're a great option. Just for me, I've had a difficulty getting it to do exactly what I wanted it to, because the last thing I want is to hit the ball even higher. In this Texas wind, it just gets destroyed. But let's see. Okay, 70-yard, 54-degree wedge shots. Got you. Hopefully. Let me see if I have a 54, 56. Oh, I have 54 in my setup. So it's a little different shaft option. Again, I kind of explained this earlier, but I put the same shaft I have my wedge in my irons in the Wedge SF02, and I think I might actually go back to the stock shaft, just because I did this because I thought I would want that. I would want that same throughout, but I'm not actually sure that I do. But we want 70-yard shot with a 54-degree wedge. 70-yard shot, 54-degree wedge. Something like this. Nope, that's short. That's a 60-yard shot. Let's go 70-yard shot. Closer. Total 68, so closer. Let's get that carry up closer to 70, though. Nope. That's a little, well, is it? Oh, no, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, there you go. Carry 68, total 70, 8,600 spin. Yeah. And just, I am going with more of a cut swing for these, just for the sake of trying to get more spin while keeping the flight lower. So that is what I am trying to do here. So it's going to be pretty close too. Yeah, 68. Total 72.1. So there you go. There's some couple of 70-yard shots with the 54-degree wedge. There are those numbers. Very, very similar. Oh, okay. And I am going to have to, hop off this live stream pretty quick here. But this went actually longer than I was expecting. I've been on here for an hour. That's crazy. Okay. I just realized what time it was and what's going on. So I am going to have to hop off this live stream, but thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hopefully I've answered some of y'all's questions about the wedges. Yeah, 8K spin, that's great. Listen, the spin numbers, it's never had a problem with spin for me with this situation. So anyway, I'm going to hop off of here and get to some other stuff I have to get to, but thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Hopefully I've answered some of y'all's questions. And yeah, I need to do more of these lives though. I really do. So if you like this, let me know and we'll do some more of these going forward, but appreciate it. Y'all have a great one. Thank you so much and see you on the next one.